Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading the Scaramouche listener by me. So let's get into it. Throughout the hundreds of years that he lived, there might have been things that he missed in his vast knowledge. Of course, no one is perfect, and though he might be as closest to perfection as there could be, and he was very humble in stating that, it was always okay to not know everything. But the thing is, it was quite shocking to find out what periods are. Not to mention, because they were going to be affecting his life now, since you were his partner, and he cared about you, and since you would be in pain for a couple days of the month, then it meant that he was going to have to take care of you and help you feel better. And although he worried about you, you had to reassure him that this was normal. This happened every month, Scaramouche. You told him back then, and he remembered it well. Try not to overreact whenever you had your period. The second time, after he was well informed on how it goes, what you usually feel like, he actually went to talk with someone, an old lady that he knows, Nahida, and she told him all he needed to know about them. She told him that Archons did not get periods or such, but she told him what she knew and what might help him to navigate this and help you through it. After all, she wanted to be a good mother-in-law, and since Scaramouche considered her as his mother, well, it was only fit that she would be able to help him in the situation and that she would do her best. She cared about him after all. So that's why when you had your period, he was already stocked up on all things chocolate and whatever you wanted. Tampons or pads, he would find. He actually bought both because he was so unsure what he would use, and he was kind of nervous that you could get the wrong thing. So he might have just bought a little bit too much. A bit too much, and many different brands. Since he didn't know which was your favorite, he also bought the most expensive one, just in case. He doesn't know if you tried it, since you usually tend to cheap out even on self-care stuff, no matter how essential it may be, and he wanted to spoil you. So, he was always willing to do his best, and that's why, when you were just crying from the cramps, he got you a heat pad, deciding to be extra affectionate for the rest of the day, even though it was not very much his style. You're gonna be okay, Wyan. I promise. He whispered softly, even though he was very anxious himself, and you could tell that. It was quite adorable, to be honest, the way he was so unsure, so nervous and so scared, because he had never witnessed a thing like this before, and he was very, very scared by it. But eventually you began to calm down, and he told him you'd be alright. However, he insisted that he continues to spoil you for the rest of the day. He left you for only a little bit to cook the food for you, your favorite meal, from his two hands. Wasn't it just so adorable? So lovely and warm? You had all the love that day. It almost made you tolerate having a period, and perhaps even like it a little bit, because you were treated like a princess. He would sit by you, looking at you in concern, for the very first day, anxious and scared. Are you sure you're gonna be alright? Oh, Skara, you really are too cute, but I promise you, I'll be just fine. Well, are you really, really sure? I am. No need to worry yourself like that. Hey, how about we eat something sweet? I want, maybe, chocolate ice cream? He nodded and got you that box of ice cream he had bought, and you smiled at him, kissing his cheek. He had realized that Scaramouche was an angel in disguise, and every single day where you have your period, it only shows more. Because when you're being clingy and feeling upset, he would hold you in his arms, letting you cry it out, or just cuddle close to him. Sometimes that's all a person needs, and he understands it best. He never wants you to be sad or feel depressed in any way. So, of course, he's gonna hold you in his arms. Of course, he's gonna love you and show you all the tenderness that you deserve. After all, he was a good boyfriend, and he was certainly always willing to do his best for you. And as time passed and you had to go to bed, Scaramouche was still with you, holding you in his arms. You know, you go through a lot, and it's supposed to be normal. But I want to say you do a lot of hard work, and it shouldn't be normal. You're tired, and it hurts you, and I think that's fine to admit. So if you need rest or you need something from me, don't be scared to say it, Ryan. I'm always here for you. I know sometimes it can be snappy or angry, but I promise you, nothing in the entire world matters more than you do to me. He said, his eyes just full of honesty, and you could tell he was feeling vulnerable as he said those words to you, looking into your eyes with his own, holding your hands and squeezing them, a sincerity to his voice, and a certain hint of love that you knew very well. Scaramouche wasn't usually very vocal or very expressive. He found it difficult and challenging, and he was still trying. You admired that more than anything. So, of course, you will never blame him for all the blunders that you would have, the difficulties you would encounter. But right now, as he held you in his arms, as he said those words to you, and as he had proved them to be right, proved his love to be true, and proved himself a good partner who cares for you, he just couldn't be more happy about having him. And truly, it felt like you were the luckiest person to ever exist, just because you had him by your side.